Freelance, welcome back to the making of this beautiful bucket hat using an old denim skirt that I normally wear. Alright, the first part we have to cut is called the crown, and we need our head circumference to do this. So you measure the head circumference of your client, don't make it too tight, and then I grab a paper and I'm going to fold it as though I want to cut a circle. Whatever circumference you have, to find the radius, you're going to divide it by 6.28. That is the radius for a full circle. So in my case, I have 22.77 inches, and dividing it by 6.28, I have a 3.625, and that is what I'm marking all the way round, just as you see me do. And after marking this, I'm going to connect all the dots and cut it out. So this is for the crown. And moving over for the height one, the circumference you have divided by 2, that is 22.77 divided by 2. Whatever I have, that's what I'm going to measure and mark there. Please disregard that this paper is on fold. I'm actually going to slash it into 2 and just make it of 1. But when I'm cutting it on the fabric, I'm going to cut it twice. Then also for the height, I'm marking 3 inches. It's based on your choice. You can also use 2.5. So I'm marking it and I'm connecting it, and I will cut every excess as you see me do. Then for the last part, which is the brim, I will get the first one and I will place it on another paper. Okay, this paper here is on fold, as I'm showing you is on fold. I'll place it there and trace the down part, just as you see me do. Once I'm done tracing, I measured down 2.5. That's the height I want it to be. I measured 2.5 all the way around it, as you see me do also. And I'm going to connect and trim it out up and down. So that will be the brim part. So I label this 1, 2, and 3. Now I grab the jean. I'm an advocate of a slow fashion and not fast fashion because of the globe. So I love upcycling. And here is the jean in the closet, an old jean, and I don't want to throw it away. So that's what I'm going to use to cut this. And I will place this one and cut it all the way around. Place the second one also. And I will cut this one twice. Remember, we drafted it on fold. So I will cut it 2 times, but I didn't have an inch sewing allowance all the way around. I didn't add this half an inch on the first circular one. Then for this last one, note, I'm going to cut the fabric on fold twice, 2 times on fold. So because I'm cutting this as though it is a reversible bucket hat, I'll use the same pattern paper to cut exactly what I explained already on another fabric that will serve as a reverse. In case you don't know, reversible hat is a situation whereby you can wear this part and you can also wear the other part neatly. So you get your 2 different materials and you're going to place the pattern paper and cut it. You can wear the 2 sides, rock it anytime you want. So that's the idea of this. I'm actually using lining because I don't really have the intention of wearing the other side, but I'm going to cut it as a reversible bucket hat. So in this case, for this very first one, I did not add a sewing allowance. I did not add half-inch sewing allowance while cutting it on the main fabric, as you can see. All right, I have my reasons. I just want it to be tight. So on the second one too, you're going to place it and you cut, adding your allowance, place it on the 2 contrasting fabrics you want to use, and you cut it. I cut it twice, just like I already said before. So this is for the main dress, this is for the other, the reversible, but in my case I'm using lining. Then for the last part, you're going to do the same. You cut it on fold. This is 2, and for the other one of it, you're also going to cut it 2. That is for the reversible. You're also going to cut it 2. But in my case, because this part will be shown, I still used this jean material. But please, in yours, use the other material and do it. I don't want it to be, I don't want the lining to be showing. So that's why I still use this jean. So I hope this is very clear. Adding my allowance, my half-inch allowance all the way around it. All right, so I'm going to merge the lining part and the main side. In your case, just merge the other material, and keep the other materials too. I hope you're understanding this. All right, so I grab one of these and put it on fold, and I'm going to join this by half an inch. Then the brim part, I also merge it, join one side by half an inch, join the other side by half an inch also. So I'll do the same thing on the lining, which will be your other part. Just whatever you do on one, do it on the other. And I'm done with that. So I'll go ahead. This is the main, the first part. This other one is second part, as you see. So to join the crown to the height of it, I'm folding here just to get the midpoint, and I'm notching it. So notch to notch, that is notch to the side or seam. I merge it there and pin, merge the other notch to the side and pin also. So you align it properly, just as you see me do. Align it properly, please. I hope this is not confusing. So you keep taking it around and pinning. It's easier to sew when you must have pinned everything already. All right, so I was done pinning and I'm going to sew it by 1/2 inch all the way around. When I was done with that, I grabbed the last part, which is the brim, and also side seam allowance to seam allowance. I pinned it. The same thing, I'm moving it around, just seam allowance to seam allowance. Then you start pinning around, aligning it properly. Make sure that everything matches well. So this one, in my case, is for the part that will be seen. It's for one part. So after pinning it, I'm also going to take it to the sewing machine and sew it all the way around with a 1/2 inch sewing allowance. When I'm done with that, I'll do the exact same thing for the lining, but in your case, it should be for the other part, for the reversible. Okay, so I was done with that, and this is the result. You see, everything is coming out fine. Okay, now I'm going to grab one part and place it on the other. Still seam to seam, as you see me do, seam to seam. Align it and pin it all the way around, but leaving a space like 3 inches space where we are going to turn this inside out. So I'm going to sew by 1/2 inch all the way, still leaving that space. Please go ahead and iron your paper stay, your hard paper stay on this circle part before you even start sewing it. But after cutting it, just go ahead and iron. I forgot to do mine, but I actually did it later. So after this, I'm going to turn it inside out from that space, as you see me do, and I'll iron this out, iron it properly. And this side, I'm putting it inside to top stitch, just to run a stitch on top of it and take it all the way around. Now, assuming that this reverse side, the color is completely brown and not this jean part, assuming I have it to be so, I'm going to have my shuttle to be brown color. Okay, I'm going to have the color there to be brown. Why the one on the top, that is this side that I'm going to top stitch on, I'll have them thread on the machine to be blue. Okay, and now you can go ahead and rock your reversible bucket hat because we are done. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something. Please, please, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. Please do well to share. Someone out there needs it. Yes, I'm telling you the truth. Someone needs to learn this. Okay, so go ahead and share. This is what it looks like. Had it been, I have a contrasting fabric on the other side. You see, you can rock to both sides. So see you in my next one. For now, bye.